Hi you, King here, and this is what to expect for The One Piece Reboot 2030. Now, a quick introduction as to why I'm making this video. You see, I believe that the main series of One Piece will end before 2030, as well as the reboot series, The One Piece, will begin before or during 2030. You see, Oda has been saying for a while now that he plans on ending his super long series in the next 5 years. But with all the hiatus and breaks he'd be taking, I believe it's going to take a little bit longer than that, but it will definitely end before 2030. And with The One Piece reboot coming out to replace it for when it does end, I thought it'd be fun to make a couple of videos of telling the little things it could change from the overall story since it's a retelling of the main story. With one of the changes being on how Shanks lost his arm, as well as how he met and inspired Luffy to become a pirate. Cause it never really made sense to me in the main story on how Shanks sailed with Goldie Rogers and was a premier pirate, but then went and lost to Mihawk, and then to a Sea King, yet within 2 years' time became an OP Yonko with insane Conqueror's Haki. Now I know what you might say, Mihawk's strong and the Sea King might have caught Shanks off guard, I guess. But still, I feel like there would be a better way to tell that story in the reboot, and definitely one that would make more sense now that you'll be able to integrate Haki in the beginning of it. They could have Shanks already half on his way to becoming Yonko, but constantly visiting Luffy's home island, originally because Luffy was being raised alongside Ace, which is Goldie Rogers' secret son, for which Shanks would know this and would visit the island to keep tabs on Ace, but would be the way for him to meet and befriend Luffy, who reminds him so much of not just himself, but Goldie Rogers even more so than Ace. And this could be where not just Luffy, but Shanks and Sabo could be inspired to become pirates by the constant visits of a soon-to-be Yonko crew. And with Luffy eating the Gum Gum fruit, secretly the Nika fruit, put aside for a later video, we could have on one of these visits, Mihawk arriving. As we all know, Mihawk and Shanks fought for the title of World's Greatest Swordsman, for which Shanks lost and Mihawk claimed said title. But we never got to see said fight, and the fandom will always contest that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks because he won said fight. Which again, just doesn't make sense to me how Shanks is a Yonko yet lost to Mihawk. And nonetheless a Sea King for that matter. So I thought it'd be cooler if they would have Mihawk fight Shanks for that title on Luffy's home island after he ate the Gum Gum fruit. With Mihawk coming through obsessive and almost desperate for the title, as the way of the sword seems to be his only reason for living. And to make sure Shanks' crew doesn't get in the way, Mihawk decides to break a deal with the Marines, becoming one of their very first Shichibukai. Having them raid the town for Shanks' crew, this causes Shanks to get all angry and fight Mihawk seriously. And with the pirate trio being separated in this chaos, Kid Luffy would try to find Shanks, underestimating him, believing him to need help against Mihawk. As he would try to distract Mihawk, this would only anger him, causing Mihawk to send a slash attack towards Kid Luffy and leaving Shanks no choice but to sacrifice his arm to make sure the attack doesn't hit Kid Luffy and kill him. And as Luffy quickly realized what Shanks had done for him, this would change his perspective forever. And it would have the same emotional impact and gravitas as it does in the main story. It would just make more sense this time around, as Mihawk would realize that Shanks could no longer be the world's greatest swordsman with just one arm, as he decides to walk away with the title. Leaving a crying Luffy in Shanks' one arm to cement his new idea of what it means to be a pirate. And that's my take on what the One Piece Reboot 2030 could do to revamp Shanks' backstory to make it make more sense than it does in the original one. If you enjoyed this take and would like to see more videos like it, then please like, share, subscribe, and follow. Ring that notification bell so you know first when those videos drop, and comment your thoughts below on this video as well as other videos that will come out. Thank you, and stay great.